you. Tonight, some of our officers were looking for a suspect in a rape case and also in a robbery case. They located the suspect at the 7-Eleven here at 4100 South and Redwood Road. He was inside of an SUV with an infant in the vehicle. He would not exit the vehicle and he would not release the infant. After some negotiation with him, officers finally convinced him to let the infant out of the vehicle, but he still remained inside and would not get out. During that process of negotiation to try to get him to get out of the vehicle, at some point he exited the vehicle and fired upon the officers there, striking two of them. One West Valley City police officer and one officer with Unified Police Department. Officers in the area returned fire on the suspect, hitting him as well. All of them have been transported, both officers and the suspect have been transported to hospitals for medical treatment. The Unified Police officer who was hit is in serious condition at this time, and the West Valley City police officer who was hit is in critical condition at this time.
What about the suspect?
The suspect, I don't have his condition at this time, but I know he was transported.
So it was a rape case, and was this gang related? We had heard some talk that it could be gang related.
I don't have information about that at this time. What I can tell you right now is that as many of you know, when there is an officer-involved critical incident of this nature, anytime officers fire a weapon on someone, the officer-involved critical incident protocol is invoked, and that has happened. So we're working at this point with the district attorney's office to determine exactly which team from that the OICI protocol teams will take the lead on this case. So at this point right now, the officers who were here as witnesses have been separated out, and the officers who were involved in this incident have been separated out, and everybody will be debriefed as part of this investigative process.
What is the condition of the child?
I'm sorry?
The child's condition?
As far as I know, there's no injury to the child.
And relationship with the suspect?
I don't know.
Any description of the suspect?
I don't have any information about the suspect other than he's an adult male, and I do know that he is someone who has a history with police. He's known to police.
Roxanne, can you tell us where those officers were hit?
I can't at this time. I'm not sure the exact nature of their injuries, but I do know that we have the West Valley City police officer in critical condition and the Unified police officer in serious condition.
Were they taken to IMC?
I'm not sure which hospital they were taken to.
Were the officers male, female?
They're both male. Both officers are male.
Yeah, what can you tell us about them? Do you know how long they've been with the...
I'm sorry, I don't have that information at this time.
Okay.
Were any of the injuries that they sustained life-threatening?
If a person is in critical condition, I would say that it's likely a life-threatening injury, yes.
Will you be holding an updated press conference tomorrow?
I would assume that we'll be releasing more information tomorrow. Obviously, there's little information that we can release at this point. We're doing the best that we can to get as much out there as quickly as possible. But please follow along on Twitter. We typically will release information via Twitter, and if we have enough information to warrant a full-scale press conference, we'll do that.
Roxanne, what happens now with this scene and over the next several hours and days?
So what happens in the initial stages is that the officers who were involved in this incident and the officers who were witnesses to this incident are separated out away from the scene. The officer-involved critical incident protocol is invoked, and the district attorney's office is helping to determine which team will take over this protocol. It's kind of an interesting situation because we have so many officers from different agencies here. And so, as you know, the officer-involved critical incident protocol is set in place so that a critical incident like this can be investigated and done impartially by an agency that's uninvolved. So at this point, we will work with the district attorney's office to ensure that a critical incident protocol team is selected, and they'll conduct that investigation. As these officers are separated out, they will be debriefed. They'll be sharing the information about what happened. Obviously, things like body camera video will be assessed. All of these things will go into part of that investigation that typically can take quite a bit of time to work through all those details.
Now, when we first got word that you guys were looking for a fugitive, it seemed like it was already very serious. So was this because police knew who he was? They know he's dangerous?
Yes. So this suspect in this case is wanted in a rape and also in a robbery. And this suspect is also known to be armed and dangerous. So yes, officers were aware that this suspect is a dangerous suspect, and that warranted being approached in such a manner and making every effort possible to get a dangerous suspect into custody.
We had heard at one point there was also a woman in the car with him, possibly the baby's mother. Is that the case?
I don't know who was in the car. I do know that there were other people in the vehicle when it initially was at the 7-Eleven, and those people had exited the vehicle. The suspect and an infant were the only ones inside the vehicle when police officers assessed the scene. And at that time, they were working, obviously, to negotiate to get that baby out of the vehicle, and were successful in doing so. We're very grateful for that.
Where's that baby now?
I don't know.
Actually, his child.
I don't know.
Okay. Anything else, Roxanne?
Not at this point. Just again, I would recommend that you follow along on Twitter. We'll release any new information there. And as we get more information in this case, of course, we'll update as warranted.
Thank you.
Is
Yeah.
the suspect from here?
I don't know.
Okay, thanks,
guys.
Thank